Hello, this is Janice Aki, Rotary District 6510 District Foundation Chair. And this video is to walk you through putting your district grant on DACdb. First of all, you go to DACdb and you log in. And I'm using a club members login so that I am at level 1. And it will take me to my club. And when it takes you to your club, then you want to go to My Club and you want to go to District Grants. And as we scroll down, it shows I want to go to over here. I want to go to Club Grant View. And it will show my district grant. Now, we are in the current year of 2024-25. So I want to go to change organizational year. And because we're talking about district grants for 25-26, we're going to move it over and we're going to change organizational year. And then at the top, we find that we have the new club grant request. And this is where we can get started. Now, let's go back to district. And we want to go into district files. And we want to be on public. And in district files, we find district grant materials. And then when we go down, we go to district grant certification 25-26. And we should have all the files that we need right there. And I'm not for sure why they're not showing up. So I'm going to go to 24-25. And I will need to go in to fix that because I thought I had them all reloaded in there. But you should find all of these. And what you will do is then you will need to click on like your application questions, sample questions, your blank budget worksheet, your budget worksheet, and all of the information that you need here will be in that file. I have already put them on my computer to help us save some time. So I will get that corrected. So let's go back to club. Let's go back to grants. Let's go back to change the grant year. And we want grant view, club grant view. And we are going to then have a new club grant. And what we want to do is we want to put in our project. And we want to put Mount Carmel because I'm from Mount Carmel. And it won't pop up because I've done this before. Mount Carmel. You can do it right. Test. And your last name. So then it's going to ask you to complete your city will be Mount Carmel. And the target date of completion. So we want to go, our target date is going to be in 2026 in February. And so let's say our target date is February the 5th of 2000. And our grant, we have our areas of focus. We're going to be doing dictionaries, so we're going to be supporting education. And then we come down here as a description. And so here are some sample questions. You've downloaded this and put it on your computer, hopefully. And so we have a description of your project. And make them short. They don't have to be very long. We're going to highlight it, Control-C to copy it. And then we're going to go back to our project description, Control-V, and to fill it in, however you're going to do it. So we're doing a club project. We're practicing our pasting, copy pasting thing here. And as we go down, so then we want to go back up to the top and we want to hit save. Always remember to go and hit save. Now we come to where we have all our steps involved in here. So we want to go down to the clubs involved, and you're going to put in your club. So we'll go down here and we're going to find Mount Carmel. And we would highlight it. I'm going to put in a club here just to show you how to do it because mine's already over there. It's Mount Carmel, and we would move it over. We have Mount Carmel here. I put in Monroe County, but I don't want Monroe County, so I highlight it, and I push it back over. So Mount Carmel Club is saved. And again, I do save. Now, who are we going to contact? So you have to have 2 people who go through the grant certification process. I'm in as Alan Kidd, and so I'm also going to put in myself. So I have my 2 people who are going to be certified. And I'm going to put in my incoming president because I want 3 people certified. So my contact person, I'm going to have another person in here. You do not have to have 3 people. We highly recommend you have 3 people because you need 2 signatures. So what happens if somebody can't sign it? So we have that, and that's all that is in contacts. So get whoever is going to be in your club, you're just going to move them over. And remember, you can move them back and forth by using these arrows. So let's go back up. And what do? We save. So now we're ready for our application. On our application, we're going to do the start date. So remember, we cannot start before July 1. So let's put our start date July 1. And we put in when we were over here in details, we said we want it to be complete by February 5th, 26. So who do you want to, who do you want the grant payment mailed to, and usually that is your club treasurer. I'm the club treasurer, so I'm going to put in my information, and it's going to do that for me. So then we have to come down, and again, we're going to do a brief description of our objectives. So we're going to go back to our samples, and we're going to highlight our description, and what we're going to do is we're going to copy paste that. Remember, Control C, and then we're going to come back, minimize it, and we're going to come back and we're going to copy paste it into our project objectives. And we're saying that we're going to provide monthly reading books to the second graders of Funville Community School. And one of the things, remember, your real application cannot be put in until April 1st. Because we're going to put in our test applications in March. And we're going to delete them. And then in April 1st, we can start putting in our real ones. You've downloaded a sample where you can have all of your own already on a Word sheet. You can have everything ready. So all you have to do is copy paste it over. It comes down and it asks us to describe our project and how it will benefit the community. Again, we go over to our questions that we have, and we've already filled that in for our project. And our humanitarian efforts, will be to increase our reading skills. Again, we just copy, paste. So let's do that. And we get a increased reading skills for second graders. Just, very, very brief description. Again, I've put in here that, the test applications will be removed by March the 31st. Do not start your real application early because it will get deleted. So how are Rotarians going to be involved in this project? Okay, so we've discussed how we're going to be involved in our reading project. So again, it's a copy paste. And we'll get very good at this copy paste. And we'll go down here and we'll get that in how we're going to be involved. And we're going to have fundraisers to raise money to purchase these books. We also will go to the classrooms. So we'll be actively involved in reading to them and giving the books to the students. Then we need to have a publicity plan. How are we going to let our community know what we're doing and how we're doing it? So let's go back to our sample. And our publicity plan, we want to make sure that we keep it brief. Do not get wordy. And we are going to publish it on our social media platform, our local radio station, newspaper, whatever we have out there, the way we communicate with our plan. After I have reviewed your test application, I will certify you and remove this test application from DACdb. I also want to remind you that in your written application, the first part 1 that we did, the written part, remember, 2 of you have to be certified before you can start your test applications. This last question here, a lot of clubs miss it. And if the project involves a cooperating organization, almost every project involves somebody you're cooperating with, whether it be schools, whether it be city, whether it be park district, whether it be a community organization providing meals for people or food for people. Put in who you are cooperating with. And then do not forget, come on down and click that. This is your statement of agreement that you understand. And we went all through this in part 1. This is part 2. And you understand the guidelines of using this money. And, you have to provide your receipts for it. So let's go back up and do not forget, always hit save. I'm just going to say no thank you for that. Okay, so now we have moved over. We're on our draft. We have the clubs, contacts, applications. So let's look at our budget. So how are we going to do this? So we had a sample budget. We had a budget empty sheet where we could fill in for our own budgets. Let's take it down. And then let's go to our sample budget. So we're going to add sample budgets. Okay, so we have the books. We have $1,800 for our sample budget. Our first one is we are going to add our books. We're going to copy it. And then we're going to come back and we're going to add a budget expense. And we're going to, this is our amount. So we're going to take that part out. And we're going to put it in down here. And we're going to add. And we're going to add another budget expense. And we're going to come down to our sample. Let's see, let's get that one off. There. So we want to copy this one. It's $100. And so we'll come over here and our expense is that we want to stamp these books that they're from Rotary. And that will be $100 expense. Oops, not 1,000, 100. Okay. And we're going to add. We're going to add the next one. And we'll come back here to our expense. And we want to give them the 4-weight task markers, which will be another $100. So we're going to add that description. It's $100, so we'll add 100. And we have one more description. So we come down to our sample. And we want to be sure to use this data, because this is what I'll be looking for. It's again $100. We'll get that added in. And we've added it. So that's adding our budget. We've added budget expense. But now up here, we need to add our budget income. So we're going to add income. And for our income, we're going to add Rotary Club. And this will be other club funding. And since we're at our club is our total project is 1,800. So our club is going to have to put in 600. And we're going to add it. And then we're going to add another income. And this is requested our DDF. And that will be 1,200 because we have 2/3, 1/3. So this is our DDF request. We add it. And then we come down here and our cash flow will be 0. So we go up here and we mark save. Now, I do not require you to go ahead to collect grant signatures from your club for the test grant, because the test grant is just to get you here involved in looking at it. But you have to collect your club signatures, and then the expense, the district would look at it and approve it, and then it would come back. And then what I want to do is to go back so that you can see the ongoing process here. So I'm going to go back. Let's see, I saved that. And myself as well as Alan will be getting a, if I push this club signatures, Alan and I would be getting an email to sign the grant. And well, we'll just do this way, club signature. And I'll just say, okay, and continue. And then we get in expenses, documents, activity log, and signature log. And once you do your expenses here, let's say we're going to expenses, we're going to add a receipt. And this is a receipt that I have. So I want to add it. So I would go and I could upload it. I could take it as a picture. I could, it could be a picture of your receipts and everything. So let's close that out. And I have that saved. And so I have the receipt from the vendor. It's name of receipt name is, we'll just say vendor books. I don't have it, and it's going to be 1,200. Okay. And it is the books for second graders. Okay. And I'm going to add it. Now, documents here at documents is where I would then expense receipt. This is where I could choose a file wherever I have that saved. And it's going to be, I've saved it into this sample receipt. So I'm going to open it. And I'm going to choose it and payment upload. And let's go move our screen down here a little bit. And it's uploaded and I'm going to save. And so I go up here and sample receipt is saved here. So these are add a receipt, add a payment. I would upload my payment of my DDF on here. The check number, same way, save a picture of it into your folder for your district grant, upload your payment, and you could up just the way we did that particular upload. Documents, remember, same thing, we need to upload images. Make sure that they're not in Word. Make sure they are JPEG images, please. Once you upload your expenses, under expenses, it comes up under here. Documents, remember that you're going to want to upload a file. I'm going to choose a file. And remember, you must upload your MOU signature page once you have it completed. And you want to upload this file, put it in here. Also, your letter of cooperation from your cooperating agency. You want to make sure you upload that letter of cooperation. We can always then go to activity log and we can look at, to see who is working on this. It's under Alan Kidd, whose account I am using. We can go to the signature log to sign, who has signed it. And it was signed by Alan. I haven't signed it. Then we go on into district to sign it. So those are the things we look for on that. You do not have to do an interim report if you complete your project. You just do the final report. Make sure everything is number of people affected, number of Rotarians involved. Make sure all those boxes are included in that final report. Interim reports are only for if you didn't get it done before February the 28th. Tell us why you didn't get it done. Materials didn't come in. Weather didn't cooperate. Whatever the reason is, let us know and then do your interim report. You do not need to do that interim report as long as you get your final report completed. And then we get a final report approved and project completed, and that is step 12 and 13 is what district will be doing. I hope this has helped you as you go through your process of completing your test grant to get you ready to do your grant for 2526. As always, in your written and in every communication I have given with you, you can contact us if you need help. Good luck in applying for your 2526 grant.